Or is it because there's a possibility they're still allowed to keep him? I don't know what I was saying. Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel, or welcome if you're new. My name is Steph, and today we are starting a new TV series. I'm going to be checking out Reacher. On my Patreon, I did a genre poll first, which ended up being a tie between anime, action, and mystery. And from there, because it was a tie, I ended up just going with action, as it's kind of what I'm in the mood for recently. I think the Bourne movies kind of got me on that. So I went to IMDb and just did a genre search for action, because a lot of the movies on my list, or TV shows on my list, I don't know exactly what genre they fall under. It's just either things I've heard of before, or someone has suggested it in the comments or through a message. So I came across The Witcher, Reacher, The Last of Us, and Demon Slayer, and Reacher 1. So here we are. Today I'm going to be checking out Season 1, Episode 1. I think it has something to do with the guy murdered someone, or I don't know, but he needs to help the police, I think is where we end up with that, but I could have that completely wrong. We'll see. So without further ado, let's check out Reacher Season 1, Episode 1.
Okay?
How am I supposed to get ahead when you're wasting my goddamn money? The hell you want, asshole?
Oh, God.
I'm talking to you, stupid.
I don't think anything good's gonna happen.
I'm just having a bad day. It won't happen again.
He's like, please pretend that didn't happen. Somehow I have a hard time believing this man actually eats pie. Forget that. He's not moving.
Interlock your fingers! Interlock your fingers!
Turn around.
Does he have like a name for himself? Because the cops are like terrified of this man.
You're under arrest for murder. Come on.
Is he really tall, or are those guys like shorter?
If you step over here, I can process you. I'm not asking, sir. I'm telling. But don't worry, I won't kick your ass unless you make me.
I like her.
What is your name?
Sasquatch don't talk.
Sasquatch.
And a passport on you, though. Jack Reacher.
Zip ties?
Cuffs didn't fit him. Everything else he was carrying, this looks like some kind of foreign deal.
Don't want to talk? Maybe we put you in a holding cell. Get you to change your mind.
And how exactly would you do?
Hey! He's in... God damn it. Oh, shit. It's a show I used to watch all the time.
Body was found by the highway embankment. He was beaten badly post-mortem. You know who this man was?
Nothing.
I don't need a lawyer.
And why don't you need a lawyer?
Because I didn't kill anybody.
Still might need a lawyer, though.
I'm thinking I'm sitting across from a man who doesn't mind killing, who has the knowledge and training to murder someone and cover it up.
You'd be right. This was someone who knew how to conduct a quiet, effective kill. You're also looking for a psycho who'd beat up a body post-mortem.
Yeah, that's gross.
You said the victim was big, so most likely his feet were sticking out, and that's how he got spotted. Tall people never have enough room for their feet.
So this guy should be a detective.
Get on a bus in Tampa with $212, a toothbrush, and a French war medal, and travel over 500 miles to read up on a dead blues musician.
I mean, that does sound bad.
Medical examiner puts the victim's time of death at around midnight last night.
This morning. It's last night until 11:15.
No, just stop.
And then it becomes this morning.
You're not gonna make him like you.
Until then, you're in the holding cell.
It's funny because just from the beginning, I figured he'd be way more quiet or not as willing to give information.
Go and meet the base kids. This is home now, hopefully for a while. Go make friends.
That'd be hard moving around like that. Oh, God.
Let's just go home. Okay.
He started it. It's just agreed upon silently.
You know, Mom was right. Trouble does kind of seem to find you.
Thanks.
Would they be allowed to do that?
Figured you could use a pick-me-up.
What I could really use is getting these ties off.
Chief Morrison says they stay on.
So you know I'm innocent. I doubt it's procedure to bring coffee to the guilty.
Yeah. Is he interested already?
Your cell number was found at the site of a crime. You invited me over to chat, but never asked what crime. Murder? You know anything about that?
He's already sketchy. Is he being threatened by someone?
I did it. I killed the guy. It was me.
Based off the photos in the background, I wonder if he's protecting his family in some way.
I understand I don't have to talk or anything and then I got a lawyer and all that, but I did it, okay? I killed the guy by the highway.
Okay, so this man you killed,
What do he look like?
what was his name?
I don't know.
You killed a man you don't know.
Yeah, that's right. I'm not about to rehash all the details.
You can obviously tell something's up.
A double-barrel shotgun blast right to the face. And then burnt the body.
Oh.
Yes, I did.
Oh, he's testing if he knows the details.
Your life's about to get very complicated, Mr. Hubble.
Because I don't think he said originally that the body was burnt or anything like that. It's like you're putting me in there with him.
Reacher, come with me.
No,
Excuse me?
not until you let these zip ties come off. We both know I didn't kill anybody, and they're uncomfortable.
Get the box cutter.
It's okay.
Oh, he's just gonna rip them. I have no comment.
You're stubborn, you have a chip on your shoulder, you don't care if your coworkers like you. A guy like that doesn't go to BU, he goes to Harvard.
Where'd this guy come from?
Means no woman in your life making sure you dress right.
I think he's dressed nicely.
Most studies show it takes 4 to 6 months to fully break a habit. You keep up the good work, though.
I feel like that would be intimidating to have someone like that big come up in your space, calling you out.
Couple into drugs.
No.
You cheat on his wife.
No, he's a family
Don't
man.
answer his questions.
He's interrogating him.
Does he have money problems?
Let me keep asking. Oh, there's probably more questions you could ask. But anyways, at least he's proven the guy couldn't have done it.
The only way you'll know why Hubble confessed is if he tells you.
Yeah, well, maybe a weekend in lockup will motivate him.
Depending on the threat, it might not.
You seem to be confused about your role in this
I am.
situation. You are my detainee and suspect, not my partner or my equal. Chief Morrison wants you in custody till we know for sure that all 6'4" of you was on that bus from Tampa.
6'5".
Let me correct that.
We keep extra large cuffs in our lockbox.
So before they let him go, they want him to figure out what actually happened, I guess?
Inventory is watch and ring. They'll steal him first 5 minutes he's in there.
Thanks for the watch thing.
Shut up. You ruined my trip here.
Because of you, this is terrible.
My name's Officer Spivey. I'm to follow the Yellow Brick Road inmates.
So is it normal for him to still be arrested even though he's kind of proven he's not involved, I guess? Or is it because there's a possibility they're still allowed to
But
keep
a
him?
Samoan fella come through here last
I don't know what I was saying.
and Scrubs made up special.
I'm trying so hard not to be that person.
Drop them drawers. Bend over and spread.
Oh,
No. Blanket strip search policies are unconstitutional.
It's not like I wanna do this.
I think you might.
The only thing up my ass right now is you. So if you think you can perform the inspection without getting seriously injured, go for it.
Did he just go on the top bunk? Because I feel like he should probably be on the bottom.
Remember when I said shut up on the bus? Same rule goes for jail.
I do think it's kind of funny how much we're emphasizing the fact that he's like massive. Like the shoes hanging over the comments on 6'5" and the staring at how tall he is. I honestly could not imagine being in prison. Oh, it's just open? I don't know how prison works.
Well, that's not good.
Oh, okay.
What's going on?
We're not with the guys awaiting arraignment. We're with the lifers.
What do you mean, lifers?
Why would he do that? I wouldn't think like legally you'd be allowed, but again, like I'm not terribly aware of prison things.
You're not a human in here, you're currency. So stop stressing and save your strength. You're gonna need it.
Oh God. So casual. No. Oh God, I'm dreading this whole thing.
She ready. Come on now. You heard me. Give my shoes like a good little bitch.
Oh my God. What do you do?
Like my glasses too. Get my glasses.
No. Vision.
Now, there's just one more thing I want from you.
Don't even. Oh my God. Yes, please do something.
What you want?
To give you a choice. You're in my house, fatso, and you didn't ask permission. Now I'll count to 3.
Bitch. Do you know who you're talking to?
He doesn't care.
2.
Oh my God.
You owe us a pair of glasses.
Is that kind of like the idea of if you don't let them, I don't know how to phrase this, like be the big guy to start with so people know not to fuck with you kind of thing?
I'm not a ventriloquist. Get off my lap.
Scoot over.
You're the only thing keeping me alive in here. I'm in big trouble.
No shit.
The people I'm working for made it clear if I jam them up,
Then you'd be killed.
my bosses promised if I disrupt their operation in any way,
Family.
they'd nail me to a wall. Literally, in front of my family, cut my balls off and make me eat them.
Oh my God. That's disgusting.
Bleed me and my wife out slow so we die knowing our kids were left with those psychos.
That's awful.
I'm gonna hit the head.
Hit the head? What does that mean? Oh, this looks like we're asking for some other fight scene coming up here. Oh, so I guess he knew those guys they wanted him or they're gonna follow him. So this is the big tough guy, I guess, maybe, of the prison. So he really needs to fight them to solidify his, not stance in here, but...
You always knew what's about to happen to you. You
God.
think now.
Oh, shit.
So I'll give you to the count of 3. 1.
I love his counting. Oh, God. No. Yeah, but so now isn't he going to get screwed in the prison sense? If he just behaved himself.
My report says you were placed upstairs. Why are you in Gen Pop?
That's where the guy put us.
That scene, actually, that fight scene reminded me a lot of this fight scene that happens in Daredevil between the Punisher and like a whole bunch of inmates. It's one of the coolest fight scenes ever. That gave me a lot of that same vibe. So now they're where they're supposed to be while he's covered in blood. Why are we calling the ex-wife?
I'm just dealing with a tough case. Alone in the middle of Georgia, and I just wish you would call me back.
No, just stop. You can't force someone to want to be with you. They're either in or they're out.
Got Reacher's military record from DC. You want to hear the back of his baseball card? Defense Superior Service Medal, Legion of Merit, Soldier's Medal, Army Commendation Medal, Bronze Star, a second Silver Star, and a Purple Heart.
Now, I don't know what that all means, but it sounds impressive. He's like,
Want to hear his MP numbers?
No.
I don't want to hear anything else positive. Don't do it. He's gonna. No, come on. No. Hey. We don't need that.
You look like hell.
That's because I saw you gouge a man's eyes out.
You started it.
Oh my God. I mean, that's about right, though.
And guard from last night, Spivey. You set us up in Gen Pop. You played off like it was some kind of innocent mistake, but it was intentional.
Yeah, that'd be a big mistake to make.
Once I'm out of here, I'm gone. Something bad's going down in Margrave, and I don't need to be a part of it.
I think he's already a part of it no matter what. Yay, we're free?
My wife should be here soon.
I don't give a shit.
You do whatever you're gonna do. Why are they both let go? I guess because the other guy was pretty obvious in his not guiltiness.
Figured a guy with no money, ID, or car could use Lyft.
Wasn't she lovely?
I'm on the next bus out of here.
It's a shame. I feel bad about the Margrave welcome wagon running you over.
I'm not gonna hope for a relationship here,
I'm not sticking around.
Okay.
but I'm just gonna say it's in the back of my mind, okay?
But I'm gonna need some new clothes first. I don't need anything that fancy. Just t-shirt and jeans.
You sure you don't want to get new threads?
They'll be new to me.
If they find something his size, I feel like he'd shop at one of those Mr. Tall stores.
Don't you miss your family?
I guess so. They're all dead. Except for my brother, Joe.
Oh.
Where's he?
No idea.
So you just go wherever you want, whenever you want?
Come on.
An interesting approach to life.
Works for me.
Please. It's like a Thor 2.0.
So I'll check out the town for a while. See you in a bit.
Sounds good. Don't go getting yourself arrested for murder again.
You're scared of him because he's a big guy? That's weird. I can definitely see the stairs, but not the pull my child away. I don't think he looks particularly dangerous. This is he being watched then.
If you want to trim, you gotta wait.
I was thinking a shave, Mr. Mosley.
When a giant stranger gets arrested for murder, word gets around.
That's fair.
Of course, Ms. Roscoe cleared you, so I ain't scared of you none.
I guess maybe that's why the kid was pulled away.
The Kleiner Foundation takes care of Margrave. Ever since Mr. Kleiner came to town about 5 years back. Real estate, trucking, chemicals, machine parts.
My God, they're there again.
In fact, I was reading something interesting just this morning about some charges brought against a Major Jack Reacher. Charges of a very serious nature, but charges that somehow disappeared. What's your bag, Mr. Reacher?
I don't know what to make of that. Uh-oh. Something's going on.
Hurry, dinner's not gonna happen.
What's going on?
Another body was found in the brush, 40 yards from the first one. Gotta go to the morgue.
I was looking forward to spending time with you before leaving.
Well, I don't know if you're going anywhere just yet.
He didn't talk to me the whole time we were in there.
I don't believe you.
I don't care. My alibi cleared.
Just because we know you weren't here when these bodies dropped doesn't mean you might not have something to do with them. Maybe I need to bring in a forensic expert to confirm it was you.
First, you make it clear I'm not a cop anymore. Now you want my help.
I want you to do what I say. Now.
Does it work like that? So I wonder if this season will be solving this crime?
He was shot from far enough away and it was so dark, he couldn't be found, so killer just left him there. These are my first murder, so please tell me you know who did this.
I think that'd be shocking seeing all of that for the first time. He seems remarkably chill.
Dental work was inconsistent. Some of it was done in the US and the rest was foreign. His fingertips were compromised by a dermatitis reaction. Prints wouldn't come out clean until I drank some of the fluid. What? No, do not.
Please let it go.
First victim was allergic to latex. The victim grabbed it in the struggle, causing his fingertips to swell in a histaminic reaction. His dental work's off because he had his teeth fixed wherever he was living at the time.
Uh-oh. Is he identifying with this?
Had his tonsils taken out at 10 and...
Oh, tell me that's not his brother. Oh my God.
We were wrestling. Pinned him against the stove. Didn't know my mother had just turned it off. That's how my brother got this scar.
Well, now he's committed to figuring out what the happened.
What was your brother doing in Margrave?
I don't know.
When's the last time you saw Joe?
A minute ago in the morgue.
You being smart with me?
I'm being straight with you. Hell, no wonder Sharon left you.
Oh, stop.
You keep my wife's name out of your mouth.
That sounds familiar.
I swear I'm gonna find any reason I can to lock you up again.
Oh, you won't even
get the cuffs.
Okay, this isn't gonna happen. Reacher, sit in the back. Do what I say, Reacher. Please.
Shit. Couldn't he even just arrest him for pushing him like that? Like if he really wanted to?
You okay, Reacher?
Just saw his dead brother. Probably
I
not.
was thinking maybe my brother told me about Blind Blake for a reason. Thinking I'm supposed to do something about it.
Like what?
I guess I'll find everybody responsible. And kill every last one of them.
I have no doubts that I would have enjoyed the other ones, but I am really glad Reacher won this. I actually really enjoyed this episode a lot. I did have thoughts though. I was surprised when it started. Obviously, I knew the title of Reacher. And then when they said his name was Jack, and I thought, Jack Reacher, I was like, why does that sound familiar? And then I realized I'm pretty sure Tom Cruise made a movie called Jack Reacher, and I'm pretty sure I saw it. Now, when I say that, but I'm pretty sure I saw it, I mean, all I can really remember, if I even have this correctly, is a scene where it's like nighttime, it's out on the street, and he's walking away. Very specific, I know. But that's kind of like the scene I remember for some reason. It's not much of a scene at all. But I'm assuming then that is the same movie. But it's interesting how different the character looks. Just, I mean, they're very different physically. And the way this character is portrayed, I'm guessing the way this Jack Reacher looks seems more accurate to what I think they were books, to what I'm guessing they had in mind for the role. But, you know, Tom Cruise has the name, so there is that. I am a little confused on what his history is, or his profession. Obviously, they go on a list of all the like military achievements he has, but there's also a mention of him being a cop. I don't know if those are like intertwined or if that's an additional thing to his list or if I just misunderstood that. And it was interesting because in the beginning, when it started, when he's walking towards the cafe and he's sitting down, when he had to sit down with Finlay and he was arrested, I thought it was going to be very much a John Wick style character wherein he barely talks at all through the whole thing and it's more the physical action that speaks to the character, where this ended up being completely opposite to that, where we get silent in the beginning and then he's very open with opinions or just talking in general. It just wasn't what I expected, not in a bad way, just the way we're introduced to him. I definitely thought it was going to be more of a John Wick in that sense. Now, not that it really matters, it's just a question I have. Can Finlay, I don't know if it's Finlay or Finlay, I think it's Finlay anyway. Can he keep Reacher? I mean, he's not arrested at the end, but kind of on this chain of, I don't know, if you don't do what I say, I may just have to arrest you. Like that's how it's coming across. Is that actually a thing? Or, I mean, it doesn't sound like it should be, if nothing else, but I don't know. I was kind of confused by that whole like angle. Not that, again, it really matters. And obviously, it keeps him in the show and not leaving Margrave. I thought it was awful seeing his brother dead because when we got the clip early on of them when they were kids, they very much had the feeling of this like tight relationship. I'm sure we'll find out why they hadn't talked in a while or what caused that break between them in the relationship, because it's kind of mentioned he hasn't seen them in quite some time. But it does provide good motivation to keep Reacher around and, as he mentions, to kill all the people involved that caused his brother's death. And to switch gears a lot, I have to mention the whole shirtless thing. Now, there's a reason. I guess I should also say the emphasis on how big he is, because obviously, like you can see compared to everyone else, the height difference and just the general stature. But it was just so funny to me because a little bit of me thought like, okay, like we get it. The feet hanging off the mattress in the prison, or just like the comments of 5'4" or no 5'5", or was it 5'6"? Now I can't even remember. Anyways, just things like that. And then the shirtless scene. Don't get me wrong. I mean, impressive, great. That must suck because I think that diet would be terrible and totally not worth it. But it made me think of when I saw Thor for the first time and naturally had a similar reaction. But later I thought like that scene was completely unnecessary. But I also thought if I put that much work into looking a particular way for a role, I'd be like, there better be a shot of me shirtless. Like, please, can we make all this effort worth something, or that people are aware of what I put into the role? So anyways, I just had to comment on it. Obviously, you look great. It's also just kind of funny to me to have the scenes in there. But again, it is what it is. I don't mind them. Moving on to Roscoe. We didn't really get much so far in as to obviously her backstory or anything. We don't know pretty much anything about her, but I liked the feeling we got. It came to the coffee, and which again, I'm sure he's not supposed to have while he's being held in the jail, I guess is what it is. I don't really know. She has this sort of sweet side that we get to see early on, but also this no nonsense later, which I really appreciated when Reacher shoves Finlay when they're in the parking lot and she kind of gets between them and it's like, we're not doing this, like get in the car, like that's a wrap, we're done. And anyway, so I'll be interested to see kind of where her story goes, but I didn't mention it and I'm not sure if it will make the YouTube cut or not, so I'm just going to throw it in here as well. I'm not going to bank on a relationship. I'm just saying I wouldn't mind if it happened. So I'll just leave it at that, and yeah, we'll see. At any rate, so moving on to Finlay. Okay, so it was driving me crazy on why I know this actor. And I was like, I know I watched the show he was in, at least the only one I've seen him in. And that show was iZombie. It was driving me nuts watching this. I'm like, I know who that is. His name is Malcolm Goodwin, and it just was not coming to me. And speaking of no nonsense like Roscoe, holy smokes, he did not care whatsoever what Reacher looked like. He is like standing proud against him, like no intimidation, and it was awesome to see. That's what the character should be, obviously, as the chief of, I think he's chief of detectives is what they called him. But anyway, there was no backing down. He didn't care to tell him what was up, and he just laid it out, had a little threatening moment in there, or a couple threatening moments. And I appreciate that about the character. When he calls his ex-wife, I was like, please stop it. I always had that thought, and I remember my dad, like, we were talking about this some time ago, but the idea of if someone doesn't want to be with you, you can't force it to happen. They're either in or they're out, and that's the end of it. So I don't know if there'll be more to it or not, but I'm sure we'll get something. So that was season 1, episode 1 of Reacher. I might. I'm going to watch the next episode right now because I really enjoyed that. So yes, that was season 1, episode 1 of The Reacher. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.